Welcome to this week's episode of the High Level Release Radar, where we recap all of the new releases that rolled out this week. Happy Friday, Ryan. Looks like you're the one on the road this time.
I am. Happy Friday. It's been a great week, on the road or not, rain or shine, we show up.
Yes. Did you have some fun, like Easter vacation action with the fam?
Yep, had a nice little spring break at the Great Wolf Lodge. Yeah, I'm ready to be away from water parks for a long time.
The Great Wolf Lodge. That sounds like some classic Americana right there. All right, I'm
Yep.
just going to send us live in the community, and it looks like the stream popped up early today. I think we're going to have a good one. It's a good sign. Let me open up the chat. As always, if you can see us and you can hear us, please say hello. We love to see the check-ins come through. And with that, I think we're ready to hop into the first release of the week. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right, let's switch our format here so we get more screen. There we go. All right, and our first release of the week, WordPress got an update. You can add popular plugins for site setup. This is really cool, total time saver. Walk us through it.
One of the first things when I was first getting started with WordPress and all that is like there's a million different plugins. Like, what do I actually need? Like, what's really helpful? And so this is kind of a good attempt at that, to kind of get you set up with some well-known, very often used plugins. In the next screenshot, you can kind of see like a close-up of what this looks like. So we give an explanation about like what it is, and so these are kind of the suggestions to get you started, and you can select or unselect the ones that you want to install as you're setting your site up.
Yeah, this is sweet. I think it's, again, most people, once you find your WordPress rhythm, you're putting the same plugins at all your client sites, right? So this is sort of like a mini snapshot almost, where you can just set it up to automatically load those up each time you spin up a fresh install. So love it. Nice little time saver there. We got our first check-in of the week coming from Dave down in Jacksonville. Happy
What's
Friday
up, Dave?
to you, sir. Let's check out our next update of the week, calendars. We now have multiple meeting location support with custom forms. So we had it before, but it didn't work with the custom forms if you're using that, and now it does, correct?
Exactly. That's all there is to it. So more and more of what you would expect right in there. Customize it to your heart's content and drop it into the calendar.
Love it. Next up, we now have reconnect buttons and calendar connections. This one's nice. This one saves a lot of like confusion and a little bit of time as well.
Yeah. This was kind of like a hidden thing where you had to go to a different place to then reconnect it. We're now bringing a lot of these types of things where there's a problem, there's an error. You can just do it right from where you are in the app.
Love it. Very convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Our next update, we've got multiple meeting location support with custom forms. So another sort of custom form improvement, bringing it up to parity with the standard calendar flow.
Exactly. Yep. Custom forms now works pretty much everywhere.
Love it. Because, who doesn't want to use a custom form with their calendar, right? I mean, come on.
Lots of instances where you'd want to, yeah.
That's right. Looks like we got a couple more check-ins. Taj just checking in under his own name. I love it. Happy Friday to you. And we've got Pascal checking in. Greetings, champs. Happy to see you all today. Happy to see you as well. Hope you have a great weekend wherever you are. And let's check out our next release. We've got edit linked snapshot assets.
Yes.
What does that mean, Ryan?
Super awesome. So if you've got a snapshot deployed and it's already linked with like the different assets that you're going to use, whether it's forms or calendars or all those types of things, that you can now edit that on the fly. And so that just adds a whole nother layer of being able to have control over what assets are getting displayed in what snapshots. So you have more granular control there.
More granular control,
mm-hmm.
I think is a major theme if you haven't picked up on it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of more control, the affiliate manager got an update where you can now suspend affiliates.
Yeah, so this was sort of a big ask, and it makes sense, right? So you think that something fishy is going on with an affiliate, maybe they're breaking some rules or something weird is going on, you don't have to delete them altogether. You can now suspend them, so that will prevent any of the link tracking from occurring. So it really just like freezes them in time where they're at, so you can figure out what's going on. Maybe they didn't make a true offense, and you want to reestablish them as an affiliate. You can do that, but in the meantime, you kind of have a button to put them into the penalty box if you're into hockey.
I love it. It is playoff season, Ryan. So
it is. It is.
I don't think
Sabres are losing.
Are you a Sabres fan?
I'm not, but my wife is from Buffalo, so by default, I have to be.
That's cool. I like it. A couple more check-ins coming in. Luke, what is happening? Happy weekend to you and My Pie Sports. Good stuff with the location meeting. Updates, I'm assuming. My Pie Sports. What a name, Ryan. Is this like a nerdy math guy who's also into sports? I'm dying to know more. Maybe we can
I love it. Whatever it is, I love it.
Yeah, I love it. All right, next up, affiliate manager. Oh, this is just another screenshot.
Sorry, this is just a zoomed in screenshot of what you're going to see. You get a nice little warning there, like what's happening, as always.
Love it.
Let you know great. What's happening.
We got an update here with documents and contracts. We've got Checkbox integration. I didn't even see this one at all. What do we have going on here?
Right, so checkbox integration is probably not the best way to describe it, so that's on me. But as you can see in this little GIF, you can link or sort of group checkboxes together. So in this example, I'm kind of using the idea of like you want to select a certain type of package. But you could also do it, you can overlay it over like a grid. So if you have it like a spreadsheet of different options, or if you want disclaimers to work this way. And the whole idea is that you can group them together and say, hey, I need all these checkboxes to be checked, or I just need one of them to be checked. So you have a lot more conditions that you can set on the checkboxes within documents and contracts. And
wow, group checkboxes. You know what that is, Ryan?
That's fancy, Chase, as far as I know.
Fancy. I got to say, so, you know, my parents were in town last week for my birthday. I understand maybe some of your gifts just got lost in the mail or something, but they'll get here. So we went up the coast and stayed in a villa for a couple of days. And when we were booking it, of course, there's a rental agreement, right? And guess what they sent me? They sent me a Word doc that they wanted me to print, fill out, scan, and send back. And I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. So I hope that illustrates the opportunity, folks. If you're not using the e-signature tools, there are still millions of businesses out there doing it the old-fashioned way who need your help. You've got everything you need here in HighLevel to go. Be that tool provider for them.
Yeah, the opportunity for fixing forms and this type of thing is endless. I rarely come across a business that is doing this in any kind of streamlined way. Even if they're doing it online, sometimes it's really wonky. So that's your foot in the door. Like, hey, do you want to stop doing paperwork and just have a system run? Do it this way.
Totally mind-numbing. And you know what? I just didn't do it. And you know what? They didn't even care because it's a pain in the butt for them too. So they were totally cool with a risky rental just because they don't have the modern tools that they need. So somebody help them out, please. We got some more check-ins coming in. Anthony, he loves the location stuff in calendars, but he desperately needs recurring appointments for service calendars as well as recurring scheduling via Lead Connector. I'm pretty sure at least the first part of that is in motion.
It is.
But Anthony, hopefully, you know, we have daily town halls where you can join the calendar team and chat directly with those product managers and make sure that we get that knocked out. All right, we've got our next update from the week coming in. Another calendar update. We have integration disconnection notifications.
Yeah, so this is a big one, right? A lot of times things are working great, but obviously we're working with third parties. Sometimes they refresh the tokens or there's some account issue on their side. So they tell us, hey, you got to disconnect this. We don't want this connection anymore until the user re-authenticates to make sure it's really them, things of that nature. So this allows you to get notified of that in the channel that you want to be notified in. So if you want a text, we'll send you a text. If you want it to be in-app, we'll send you in-app, and then, of course, email. So this is just giving you more visibility into potential problems before they impact your calendar in a major way. and that's always great to see.
That is great to see. That's super smart. And you know what I just remembered, Ryan?
What's that?
Back to the villa. When I was booking the villa, the contact form on their website didn't work. And so when I had to call
Sounds
them,
like a great place. You're really selling it.
which I hate to have to do. I actually had to pick up the phone and call them. They were like, "Oh yeah, we know. We know that the form's busted." And I even offered to help. I was like, I work for a software company. We make forms. I'd be happy to get you a form that works. And he was like, No. I'm a web developer. I just haven't found the time to fix it.
Okay.
So again, there are so many businesses out there that need your help. So yeah, little aside there. We've got another check-in coming from David Munoz down in Honduras. That is awesome. I wonder what the weather's like in Honduras. Is it getting hot yet? Thanks for checking in, Dave.
It's gonna be hot all the time.
Next up, another calendar update. Connect multiple accounts per integration type. Ooh.
Right.
How's that work?
Imagine that you have multiple Outlook or iCloud accounts that you want to have integrated with one integration. So that's what this is about. So you can now have like in this case, multiple Outlook, multiple Gmail, so that you can check different calendars. And this can kind of really come into play, like if you've got a personal calendar and then a business calendar. Obviously, you don't want to mix your business and personal too much because it's just weird. So in this case, it can kind of go and check the personal calendar as well as the business calendar to make sure it doesn't double book you, when you're getting your teeth cleaned or, getting a haircut. So.
Awesome. I love it. More and more control. We have another check-in coming here from Leroy. Guys, I'm struggling to run paid webinars with Zoom. Help on that one as well. So Leroy, you should be able to make this happen. I mean, we do this all the time where basically just build your registration page with a high-level form that collects payment, and then you just don't send the Zoom link until it's time in your reminders. But if you need something more than that, this is a good opportunity for us to plug the certified admin community. Hopefully, you know that you can go to directory.gohighlevel.com and you can search for folks who are certified high levelers who would be happy to help you build out other ways to solve the problem, which I'm sure you can do. Next up, reputation management got an update. We have custom integration suggestions.
Yes.
I didn't see that one either.
There's a bunch of reputation things that we're going to go through. I kind of broke them up into different slides. The idea here is like you don't have something, or you have a platform that you use a lot that's got a lot of reviews on it. You want it to come into HighLevel. In the top left corner now, you'll have the ability to suggest like, hey, I really need this thing. So this helps us streamline a lot of the feedback so that we can tally up like, okay, we've got 6,000 accounts that really need X. And so we can go into a particular app, whatever that happens to be, and work on the integration there to make it great. But the whole idea is that we really want to get the things that are the biggest pain points for the most amount of people, have the biggest impact. And this is the way we can do it without having to go to the ideas board, although that's very good. This is real specific to this type of feature.
I love that. So if you want to see more review sources or a specific review source, make sure to find your way over to the integrations and reputation so that you can make your request heard. I like that one. Another reputation management update. We have custom field support for review requests.
Yep. When you're building out your sort of template for the review requests that would go out after a service gets completed, let's say, now it supports custom fields. So you can bring in things that would be relevant to them. It's always good to contextualize any kind of communication that you have with people. I was joking about the whole order system at this hotel. Again, we're always thinking about business, even when we're having fun. The order notification in the text that we got, like, hey, your burger's ready. It didn't say anything about like, hey, this is it's at this location. It just says your order is ready. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, a custom field or custom value would be really useful here to add some legitimacy and context to what that notification or that text was about. And this is the same thing, just applied to reviews.
Got it. Cool. So this is basically like the merge tag support. You can now grab those
tags
to throw them in there. Awesome. Love it. Reputation management, again, we've got first time setup wizard. So this is cool. And this is sort of something that's a little new, I would say. The product area has its own sort of setup wizard going on here, but it looks great.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that people don't realize that if they just switch them on, of course, we don't want to turn everything on all at once, but if we take you through a process, particularly for new users, they understand like, here's how you get the most out of this particular feature. Yes, it'll collect all your reviews, you can see them, but wouldn't it be great if Review AI could just respond automatically? So you had a really high frequent or quick, I should say, response rate to when reviews come in. That looks really good to Google and other search engines. And so you can sort of do that on autopilot, and that's automatic. And there's other things too as well that you'd want to set up to make the most out of what's available there for you. So you'll see more and more of these types of like in-app checklists within the app, and that will help you just get the most out of what you got.
Cool.
We
I
want you
love
to
it.
use everything.
That's
Use
right.
it.
Use it. We've got a check-in coming in. Unfortunately, the emoji didn't translate, which always stinks. But Launchpoint Studio, we get the intent there. So we're waving back at you. And Randall's checking in. Can you guys do something with Proton Mail? That sounds like something Ryan knows what is. Add some integration for those of us that want to use a more secure provider. Can you not do it with custom SMPT, or is that
Proton Mail is going to be a little bit different because they do end-to-end encryption. They're like they don't even support like the mail app client. So that would be a little bit more edge case, but I get the intent.
Like an ideas board type of thing.
Yeah,
Randall.
that definitely seems like an ideas board.
Make sure you get it on the ideas board so we can start getting some votes. Chat widget got a slight enhancement. The typing indicator avatar got an enhancement. It's even better. The little typing indicator. What changed, Brian? I saw that and I was like, oh, that's funny.
It improves the typing indicator experience in live chat by displaying the avatar image of the responder alongside the typing animation. So really, it's just more giving you like, oh, this is the avatar typing.
Got it. Okay.
It's small, but we got to shout it out. Like it's getting better and better every week.
I like it. We got a check-in coming from LinkedIn. Sam, what's happening to you, sir? Happy that you were able to hang with us today. Hope you have a great weekend. Next up, Google login for white label agencies. This one's pretty big, actually. I think that I've seen people loving this already.
Yeah, so you got the purple sidebar, so you see that this is like an agency account. That's the idea there. But at any rate, you go into company settings within the agency level. So this is agency view. It will affect all sub accounts. And what we're giving the ability to do is on a white label, you can now enable Google login. And what they'll see when they go to log in is the ability to like, hey, I'm already logged into Google. It's connected to the same account, same email. And you can log into the HighLevel system using Google's what we call OAuth authentication flow.
Yeah.
So on the next screen, you'll see basically what you'd see in almost any place. It's like, oh, sign in with Google. And now you're in their interface. You authenticate with them. They give us the thumbs up like, yep, this is authenticated. And you log right into your HighLevel. The white label version, I should say.
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, this is definitely going to cut down, I would assume, on support tickets and whatnot for our white labelers. You should probably hear less complaints about people having trouble logging in because now they can just do it with Google. It's pretty seamless. It's pretty common nowadays. So killer update there. I'd love to see that one. Another sort of reputation-ish update, the prospecting tool now has AI built in. So AI will literally find potential customers for you and suggest that you reach out.
Yes. So the idea here is that you would, instead of kind of having that blank page syndrome of like, who do I go after? You answer some questions about, okay, what are the niches that I'm after? What's the country, the city, that kind of a thing. You fill out all that kind of stuff, choose the report type that you'd want. And then on a daily basis, AI is going out and finding folks with that would match that have opportunities for growth. So reasons why you can contact them. You can get almost anything done in life if you have a reason for asking the question, a reason for contacting somebody, and this just jump starts that process, tees it up for you. And then in the next slide, you'll see sort of what it looks like. At the very top, it'll be AI generated prospect. It'll give you that thing there. You can view the report and then just go ahead and give them a call or email them the report. Say, hey, I'd love to chat about your whatever, whatever's going on that could be better. So
I
that's
love it.
that.
This is great. It's putting AI to work. Get out there and find me some customers, basically, and just saving you the legwork of having to, run the scan yourself and determine whether or not if they'd be a good fit. They're just AI is bringing them right to your doorstep. So it doesn't get much better than that. I love it. Check it out.
Yeah.
Next up, Google Ad Manager. So hopefully everybody knows you can launch Google Ads now right inside of HighLevel. And now it got a big improvement. There's a bunch of new targeting enhancements, right?
Yes, there is. In fact, we had a town hall for that today. Another shout out for the town halls. Go to gohighlevel.com/town hall. You'll see a calendar of all the events. But today we talked about this in particular. The big updates is that now you can have multiple headlines and descriptions for your ads. The keyword match type has expanded. So before, I believe it was just phrase. Now we have broad search and exact match. So that's another big one. The bid strategy, we now have the option to do maximize clicks. So there's a lot of strategy, or there's a lot of options in terms of the strategy you want to use for bidding. And now you have that option. And then gender and age targeting, users now can select male, female, or unknown. If it's unknown, you can kind of make a decision what to do, meaning that Google just doesn't know what they are. Like they don't have tracking or they don't have any demographics on that user. You can decide what to show them or not to show them at all. And then the other things are a little bit more nuanced, but display path inputs, added display path fields under the website URL section. So you can put in a specific path that you want to display in the ad.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that stuff is like really necessary when you're running good ads. And so now it's there in the platform. If you haven't checked it out, go launch an ad. Get yourself some customers. Email got an update. We now have dynamic batch send details, which is nice to see.
Really nice to see. It's a bit small, but I think it's really useful to see what's happening and what's going to happen. So this is, again, just a lot of this big effort to ensure that when you're doing something within the app, you have absolute confidence of what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and who's going to be involved. And that's what this is all about.
Agreed. Yep. So when you're scheduling your batch, it'll literally just tell you, okay, this many people are going to go out on this day at this time. So you can rest assured your batch is going to function as you anticipated. We now have template library available in blogs. So there's now templates in blogs, like you said, that what'd you call it? Blank slate syndrome or something there, paralysis. Yeah. You don't have to start from scratch. You can load up a nice template for your blogs.
Exactly. These will get better and better as always, but the first cohort of them are loaded up. So go check them out and you can get started that way.
Love it. Some other enhancements that rolled out this week. Oh, I love that you got this one in there because I think this launched late today. But first, let's talk about ultra fast PDF generation for invoices and receipts, 80% faster. So if you're using those products, you should see a big speed update there, which is awesome. This is the one in the screenshot. A2P registration now helps you increase your call answers. So this was pretty smart. So you registered A2P for sending text, but all of that information is basically, I think you just need one more field and then you're ready to submit for basically caller ID, the official caller ID, right? So we're just basically connecting those two, saying, hey, you basically just did all the work to also get approved for an official caller ID. Why don't you just go ahead and complete that process now too?
Yeah, this used to be a bit buried. Like if you knew what you were doing, like this is CNAM for the people that know what they're doing. But a lot of people just, they never done this before. So when they're setting it up, again, this is just leading them to along the yellow brick road and giving them an easy button to make sure that their calls can get answered at a higher rate. The reason being is that it's going to display the actual name of the business that's registered instead of a random phone number that people think might be spam.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And the last update, Yext is now referred to as listings app wide. So your customers won't see Yext anymore. They'll just see listings. And in truth, it's not just Yext anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's the
how much.
reason for it.
Yeah.
The reason for it is that we're bringing in a lot more data sources, a lot more third-party tools that we've integrated with our API, so that we can do more things with it, but we also get better data because it's coming from like specialized sources and not just one place Yext. Although Yext is great, there's other places that that have much more granular and specific data sets. And so we're leveraging all that power, bringing it into one thing. And so it would make sense that we call it something different than just Yext because it's more than that.
Love it. 2 more check-ins coming in. Alfredo just got here. What did I miss? Alfredo, what are you talking about, man? We're just about to wrap up. You're going to have to do a little rewinding. But I love AI for roofers. Talk about getting specific and niched up. That's awesome. Hope you're doing well. Same thing, Crystal. Any updates on the ad manager? We just talked about a huge one. You're going to have to rewind like a couple of minutes and you'll be psyched. So be sure to do that. There was a big update for Google Ads in Ad Manager. But now it is time, my favorite time of the week, where we've got some muy caliente upcoming releases. Okay, Ryan's going international on us. I like it.
Yes, sir.
See what we have picked first. Coming soon, notification management. Oh, I haven't seen this preview yet. This looks like a nice looking UI here.
Seriously cool update here. This is part of this massive revamp. It doesn't seem like it's big, but it is, of the notification system within HighLevel. So imagine that you do want your sub accounts as an agency owner to see certain things, but there's other stuff that you just don't care about, or you don't really want them to see. You're going to have a lot of granular control over what they see, when they see it, what's a high priority, what's a low priority, and that kind of a thing. Plus, you'll have the ability to put your own notifications in there as well. So you'll kind of have like a big control center for like what you want the sub accounts to see, and at what times and so forth. So big update there. And then on the next slide, you'll see sort of the UI for it on the sub account side. There's a nice little drawer. We're calling them drawers that come out to the from the right hand side, and it'll have not only a highly organized and nice looking UI there, but you'll also be able to do things like take an action directly from it. Instead of just saying, hey, your payments failed, go through this long menu, click through. It will actually just have a button that takes you right to where you need to resolve that problem or view the notification in more detail.
Oh, that is fantastic. And it looks awesome. I'm sure
Yeah,
a lot of people are going to be psyched on that. Again, more control is sort of a theme here. If you haven't picked up on it, you're going to have more and more control over what goes on within your white label. So that is awesome. Let's see what our next coming soon is. Custom metrics widget builder. Oh, this looks cool too.
Really cool. Right now, we've got, if you're not aware, you can customize your dashboard. This is the first thing you land on. We've got all kinds of widgets that address a lot of different problems or different data points that you'd want to surface and visualize. The problem with it is that there's only so much you can do to sort of customize what a particular widget does. This is solving that problem by letting you kind of start from a blank slate and say, okay, I want to have a pinwheel or a pie chart here, and here's exactly what I want to have, and all the parameters can kind of be set, and you can save that as a custom widget. And so really like this functionality because it kind of allows you to templatize the types of data that you want to surface and then have control over exactly what's getting displayed and what it looks like.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the UI on this looks really nice. So can't wait to see that one roll out. Hopefully everybody's leveraging custom dashboards. Super powerful.
Yeah, another little teaser here is that we're bringing in support for third-party data sets. So this is, if you've worked with big, like Google Looker Studio or some other ones, you can bring in like all this custom data from different sources. So if you have like, oh, I've got some data over here, some data over here, but I want to look at it in one place, we're going to have that ability coming very soon. We're going to be starting with Google Sheets because that's an obvious one that people have tons of data. We do ourselves. And so that's going to come in first, but that will tie in directly to this custom widget where you can say, hey, I want this data to come from this exact source, and here's how I want it to display it.
That's super exciting because right now you
Mhm.
can do like iframe widgets, right? Where you can pull stuff in if you already have it like set up somewhere. But now we're saying you don't even need to set it up somewhere. You can just pull right from the sources
Yeah, make
into
it
our
look pretty.
widget, which is going to be awesome. That's super powerful. So as always, nice pick there, Ryan. Can't wait to see that one roll out. And with that, we have covered our releases of the week. So hope everybody enjoyed. It's time for Ryan to get on the road and get his butt home. And
Yes, sir.
until next week, we hope you all have a great weekend and an awesome week ahead.